big-name keepers linked with Arsenal this summer, Stuart Taylor is the man currently in possession of the #1 shirt. The club have confirmed their interest in Borussia Dortmund's Jens Lehmann, among others, but Taylor is seen as an able Seaman replacement.
Stuart's going to be a very good goalkeeper, and he's still learning. He's still very young. He's got the frame. He's still filling out, and you know he's getting better by game. So I think it's a big season for Stuart Taylor this year, and you know he's a local boy from around my way. So hopefully he'll do very well, and he'll claim a place for the England squad as well, because you know there's a few goalies out there, and it's a great opportunity for him to stake his claim for that as well, and I'm sure he will.
But it was a disappointing first game of Arsenal's tour to Austria for Taylor. He'd conceded twice against FC Ritzing before first Pascal Sigan pulled one back. And then substitute Freddie Lundberg netted a late penalty to earn a draw.
Well, it went quite well from our point of view, because I mean to say we've come here to a training camp. The boys have been training very, very hard. They had to dig in deep, especially whenever we went 2-0 down. But in fairness, I've got nothing but admiration for them. They dug in deep, and we could have possibly won the game.
The Arsenal squad have travelled minus the French contingent that played in the Confederations Cup. Under strength and working back to fitness, this won't be an easy tour.
They're coming along slowly but surely, and you know it won't be easy for them in these next two days. We've got another game on Friday, so it'll be one of those ones where they're just going to have to dig deep again.
Pat Rice took charge against Ritzing with Arsene Wenger absent through illness. He should be back for Friday's match with Austria Vienna. Roger Clark, Sky Sports.
He's been linked with a long list of goalkeepers, but in the end, Arsene Wenger opted for the experience of Lehmann, a German international who he believes can cope with the demands of European football and the big pressure matches.
Yes, the stature, the size, the experience, and used to play under big pressure, used to Champions League football, all these kind of ingredients. The price for me was right as well, with the money I wanted to spend on him, on the keeper was right, and all that was right.
David Seaman's departure prompted the Arsenal manager to step up his search for new playing personnel, and Lehmann, who's 33, fits the bill. He may be one of the game's more eccentric characters, but his track record isn't in doubt. The player was a member of Germany's World Cup squad in 1998 and 2002. He's won the UEFA Cup and played over 50 times in European competitions. Lehmann, who'll be first choice next season, said, "They're one of Europe's great clubs and have many fantastic players. I'm delighted to be joining Arsenal. Hopefully I'll impress the club and supporters, and I'm looking forward to playing in the Premier League." Meanwhile, Patrick Vieira is still to put pen to paper on a new deal, although Wenger remains hopeful that he will sign.
It's all going well.
Not concerned?
As well as it can go, but of course as long as the extension is not signed, it is not signed.
Does it concern you at all, or?
I'm always very positive and optimistic about that, so I'm not really concerned.
The Arsenal manager confirmed that there will be no more arrivals at Highbury before the new campaign begins. For Wenger, Jens Lehmann is the player who can help make the Gunners competitive again. Alec Wilkinson, Sky Sports.
So, what do we know about Jens Lehmann? In March of last year, he was given a 4-match ban for kicking an opposing player in a game against Freiburg. In May last year, he won the Bundesliga title as Borussia Dortmund's first-choice keeper, but lost the UEFA Cup final. A month later, he was part of the German squad which reached the World Cup final. Lehmann does have a history of losing his temper. At the end of last year, striker Jan Koller had to replace him in goal when he was sent off for arguing with the referee. And in February, he was sent off again for arguing, this time with teammate Marcio Amoruso.
Robbie, some preparations are going well. They beat Turkish side Besiktas 1-0 in a friendly in Austria yesterday. Dennis Bergkamp scoring the winner. Well, Arsenal fielded a team comprising reserve and first-team players. New signing Jens Lehmann kept a clean sheet on his debut, although he was replaced by Stuart Taylor at half-time. Manager Arsene Wenger pleased with the players' preparation thus far and was keen to praise the efforts of both keepers.
I think he has a looks very focused, very determined, intelligent, and ready to do everything it takes to win. And I'm very impressed by him, I must say. But I was tonight as well very highly impressed by Stuart Taylor's performance. All the players have done 90% of a preparation, which is positive. We had some good games, and we go now into a second phase of our preparation to play competitive games like Celtic, Rangers and Man United to be ready for the start of the season.
Well, Arsene Wenger has also again stated he thinks Patrick Vieira will sign a new contract and says his captain will play some part in Saturday's game at Celtic. Vieira's back in London after having specialist treatment on his knee in the south of France. He's expected to continue contract talks with Wenger over the next few days. Vieira only has a year left on his current deal and has been told by Zinedine Zidane that he'd be more than welcome at Real Madrid.
You know, sometimes it comes down to, you know, the fine kind of the fine moments in the game. You know, last season against Valencia, you know, we're nearly through and then we get knocked out. So it just comes down to fine moments. So that's not really a team kind of thing. It's just like fine moments in a game. Throughout the season for the league wise, yeah, and the FA Cup, we've got more than enough, and the League Cup as well. So we've got more than enough to cope with that. You know, and you know, if we come the next window and there's a couple more players coming in, it's going to be even stronger. But I'm happy where we are now.
Now, we've touched on the fact that you've not brought in many new faces. Manchester United haven't either, to be fair, but another team has across in West London. What have you made of what's been going on there?
Well, it's good for the game. Yeah, it's good for the game, you know. He buys players, and then other teams start buying players because the money starts getting shared around. So, in a way, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, really.
How much of a threat are they to you this season, Chelsea?
Everybody's a threat. Everybody. You have to watch all angles. You can't just worry about a couple of teams. You've got to watch about you've got to watch all the teams in and around you. You know, and that's, you know, for me sometimes that it will bring out the best in Arsenal, because every game you play, you've got to be on your toes.
And as long as you've got Manchester United there.
As long as Manchester United's got Arsenal there, it's good.
Fair point indeed. Fair point indeed. Do you still see them, though, irrespective of what's happened elsewhere, as the chief rivals?
The chief rivals? I'm never counting everybody. I'm not going to count anybody out. You know, anybody can have a mad run back end of the season. So you know, they're there. They're going to be thereabouts. You know, it's normal really. And so the other teams. So, and we, you know, we lost it last year, and so, you know, we're going to do our utmost to bring it back to London, back to Arsenal.
Do you owe them for last May?
No, back in the season you can't fault them. They had a great back end season. So, you know, and the year before we had a great back season. So, you know, he swings and roundabouts. So we swing back our way.
Your turn this year.
Yeah, why not? Why not?